Well, kids, so in this video, I am going to continue with the topic of equations, and now this time we're going to think about what happens when you have more than one operation involved in the equation, okay? Those are called two-step equations, but they can be longer equations, but we are going to focus on growing with this step by step. So, one more step, two-step equations. Okay, so I am going to use these examples that I found in the internet um, in order to show you what happens. Well, so let's focus on the first example, example A. So it's 2/3 b plus 7 equals -1. So remember, the idea is to leave the v alone in one side and get rid of this 7, get rid of this 2/3, and have the equal after the equal a number, right? So that will be b equals something else. Okay, so as I told you in class, the idea when you have more than one operation is to start getting rid of the things that are with the v from the outside to the inside, like undressing. When you undress, you start taking off your outer clothes and then your inner clothes. So we are going to do something similar with the equations. If you do it in other way, probably you will get the wrong result. So when you see the letter B that is here, you see that the 2/3 is together. It's really close to the V. It's almost in the same place. So we are going to leave that to the end. And the other thing that is a little bit farther is the 7. So we are going to get rid of that 7 first. So it's 2/3 b plus 7 minus 7, because we want to get rid of this 7, so we have to do the opposite, equals -1 minus 7. Remember, if we subtracted 7 here, we have to do the same in the other side. Okay, so let's do it. Plus 7 minus 7 is 0, so it's plus 0. 2/3 v equals -1 minus 7 is -8. Okay, so 2/3 b plus 0 is just 2/3 v. Okay, and -8. Okay, so what happens in this case when you have a fraction multiplied the v? Okay, well, remember that here is a multiplication. Okay, so it is the same than having 2/3 times v over 1. Okay, because when you have a number that is not a fraction, you put a 1 in order to transform it into a fraction, and well, being able to represent it and make the operation. So 2 times v is 2v, and 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, so it's 2v over 3 equals -8. Okay, now we have something a little bit easier. Okay, because now what is closer to the v and what is further to the v? Okay, the 2 is closer to the v and the 3 is a little bit further, so we can get rid of the 3 first. Okay, so what happens here? Well, in order to get rid of this 3 dividing, we have to multiply by 3, so it's going to be 3 times 2 times v over 3, but we also have to multiply by 3 in the other side. Okay, because we did this in this side, we have to do the same in the other one. Well, remember, these 3 divided by 3, they make 1, and 1 times 2 times b is just 2 times b. Okay, and -8 times 3 is -24. Now we have to get rid of this b, and we already know that we have to get rid of these 2, and we know that we can do it by dividing because it's multiplying. So we have to divide by 2 in both sides. Okay, so these cancel each other, you get just the v, And negative 24 divided by 2 is negative 12. Okay, we solved our first equation. Yes, you just have to apply the same logic in all of the steps. It's a little long, but it's easy. Just remember, identify what to get rid of first. Usually or always, please try to do the outer things, the things that are further to the letter, to the variable. Okay, so now we are going to do another example. The second example, which is a little bit faster because it doesn't involve a fraction. So it's negative 6 plus 5v equals negative 21. Okay, so what is closer and what is further to the v? Okay, this 5 is really close to the v, it's almost in the same place. So we are going to leave that to the end. And we can get rid first of the negative 6. Okay, so minus 6 plus 6, okay, in order to get rid of that, and this comes down the rest normally. 5b, okay? But remember, we added 6 in this side, we also have to add 6 in the other side, okay, in order to maintain the balance. Give me a second. Yes. Now, negative 6 plus 6, it's 0, plus 5b. 0 plus 5b is just 5b, okay? And negative 21 plus 6 is negative 15. So 5b is negative 15. Now we have to get rid of the 5, and since it is multiplying, we have to divide by 5. Okay, and we also have to do the same in the other side to maintain the balance. These two things go, and you just get the v, and negative 15 divided by 5 is negative 3. You see? V is negative 3. So that way you can do this equation. And let's do another one. Let's do the last one for this video. Okay, let me show you the whole process of this one. And now let's do another one. M divided by 4 minus 9 equals negative 5. Okay, so this 4 is really close to the m, to the variable, so we are going to leave it to the end, and the negative 9 or the minus 9 is what we are going to get rid of first. So in order to get rid of this, we have to do the opposite. So if it's minus 9, we have to add 9, but we have to also do it in the other side in order to maintain the balance. So you see? Okay, we do the same in both sides. So negative 9 plus 9 is 0. Okay, and m divided by 4, and you combine it with a 0, that is why I put an addition. It's just m over 4. M over 4. Okay, but what is negative 5 plus 9? It is positive 4. It is positive 4. And in order to get rid of this m, we have, of this 4, we have to multiply by 4 because it's dividing. So m over 4 times 4, these two things disappear, but we also have to multiply by 4 in the other side, so it's 4 by 4. So here we only have the m, and 4 by 4 is 16. M is 16. So that's how you do two steps equations.